It's the Jack
and Kathy
Show.
Shit Show.
And there we go.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay,
Did you like
I
that
think
one?
yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey.
how are you?
I'm good.
You look good.
Do I?
You
I
do.
don't feel like I look good.
This is the first time.
I did check my teeth for
This is the first
for
time we're
dinner,
both
though.
looking in the camera
Okay.
instead of at each other.
You always look good.
No, you're the sweetest.
All right.
So let's tell everyone that we were struggling to find a topic to talk about tonight.
We are. I think part of it is that we're a little bit tired.
I think we're very tired.
A little bit tired. There's been a lot going on in life with the move and then getting my stuff out of my condo, which is closing. And
See, bam, that's what I want to talk about.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of the stuff.
Well, for now at least,
all the crap
purpose,
I still own and how it's all in the garage in the basement and you're overwhelmed by all my crap.
Well, that's one thing we could talk about. So far, we've hit 3 topics, and we couldn't figure out what to talk about. And now we've got 3.
Well, there you have
Plus the Parrot app, which is the first time you didn't get anything correct. You're looking at
It's
yourself
true.
so much in the
I
camera
am.
right
I'm
now. It's
fixing my
hilarious.
cute little hair. So
Okay,
I
all
look,
right.
I look cuter.
Let us know when you're ready.
Okay. Ready.
People
I
know
can
when
keep
you're ready.
talking and fixing
Oh,
stuff.
I know you
I have
can.
mad skills.
You're
So-
so talented.
All right.
Hey, if I put on your sunglasses right now, would that be cool?
Yeah, they look good on you.
How dirty are these? Oh my God. They're filthy. How do you see through those things? No wonder you. Oh, that didn't work.
Okay. Let's do that later, okay? You just broke them.
I just bought these for you. They have to come out normal.
You did buy them for me.
All right.
Thank you for that.
I'll fix that.
Yep.
God, they're dirty. No wonder you can't see where you're driving.
Okay. And cut. Start again. Start from the top.
All right, so here's what I want to talk about. This is
Okay.
supposed to be chronicling us, right? What we're doing, and rather than get you really like looking at yourself right now, it's hilarious. Rather than, oh my God, you're turning into me every day.
Oh, Lord, help me. Lord, help me. Lord.
So we're supposed to, or we said that we would try to, rather than give people advice because we don't think we can, and maybe we'll have that episode.
We're so not qualified. We're
No, I
making this
think
shit
we
up as
could.
we go.
Yeah, I know, but I think we could one day. We're going to be asked about that tomorrow. So let's do this.
Okay.
We've got 30 minutes, and I want to leave some time out for that last paired thing because you're going to surprise me with it. I know what the topic is, but I'm not quite prepared for the discussion. So let's tell the children at home.
The children.
And,
I call
and
them
my,
the peoples.
And my mother,
Your mom.
who's
Yep.
really the only listener.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Mom. Let's tell them what our life has looked like right now, because that's really what this is about, right? How we're taking on some seriously heavy shit. We haven't known each other 10 months yet. Mm-hmm. So let's start here. My dad's suffering from dementia. Mm-hmm. I was going to say a really bad case of, but I've never heard of a really good case of dementia.
This is true.
So we drove down yesterday, met with the family and then some hospice care people. Mm-hmm. So we want to just talk about what that was like to be. I mean, this is we're 10 months in. We have a house. The kids have hung out.
Yeah.
We're dealing with my dad, who's slowing down and nearing the end of his days, probably. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious what that's like for you.
Well, I mean, this is life, right? I mean, not to trivialize any of these major things, but this is life. And it's, certainly in terms of your dad, it's really, really tough stuff to see someone you love and care for deteriorate in that way, and then how it affects your family and the decisions you guys have to make and what that brings up, stories and emotions and history and the past. And
How do you feel about it, though?
well, I feel I feel honored to be included in this way. It is feels so good that your family looks at me as your true partner, even after such a short time. And I think that's because of how we are together, and how we've let everybody in our lives know how important we are to each other. So I feel honored to be included in that way.
It doesn't
And
feel uncomfortable, awkward, that kind of stuff. It feels natural.
I've never been through this before with, in terms of what your family's going through and your parents. I'm very blessed to have both of my parents, and I'm sure someday down the road we'll be dealing with some challenging things as well. But no, it doesn't feel awkward. It's just I'm with you, and that just feels normal. I don't have much to say. I'm sort of listening and observing. I can't voice an opinion or anything like that. I'm just sort of trying to be morally supportive in the background.
Yeah, you've been
and
awesome.
Stay abreast of what's going on in your world and hence your family's world.
Well, you've been awesome in that
Well,
regard.
thank you.
You have.
Thank you.
Sometimes I just need to. Here's advice. What have I said to you this whole week? As I put my hand by your butt. What have I said to you? To me, is the most important thing in a relationship. Oh my God.
Hot dogs?
Oh, frick my life.
Communication.
No. Oh my God. And this is the best part about what I've always said. I feel.
Wine?
Oh, holy shit.
Give me A, B, or C.
L. I. S.
Listening.
Yes, that's great.
Yay! What do I win? What do I win?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Didn't come down from the cloud very quickly.
I just feel that there's two ways of listening. There's listening, actively participating, all that kind of stuff, and then there's listening without the need to respond. And that to me is the hardest form of listening, is just to truly be present. And while you may not have remembered the listening thing, I don't want to say you weren't listening.
That one was teed up.
That's beautiful. You have been listening without the real need to respond. You're just kind of hanging there and hearing me talk through things and listening to the family think out loud and all that stuff. So I want to say thank you.
Oh, you are welcome.
Okay.
You are welcome.
Now let's keep going on this gratitude journey. Oh, that's what we'll call this, the gratitude episode.
Okay.
Ooh.
That is a good one, because with everything going on, so life,
So what's going on,
crazy.
and what else is going on in our life?
Exactly. So, the stuff with your dad, and then there's always the work factor, but the house really has been quite something, trying to get quotes. The house we bought is truly, truly in need of some love and care. Yeah. And now that we're in it, we're realizing just how much care.
We call it our good
Wait,
investment.
was that roof okay? I don't think so.
Right.
I think we need a new roof. So trying to find all those contractors to come over, and you always need more than one bid, and when can people come over?
Go ahead.
And so apropos, because that's Paul, our architect, that just texted both of us.
Designer.
Only our designer. Yeah. Only one of us has our ringer off, though, clearly, but while podcasting. But anyway, yeah. So what was I saying? Lost my train of
Gratitude.
thought.
The episode is gratitude, and that we're taking on a lot. So
We're taking on a lot, and the house is a lot. And
well, this house freaked us out a little bit because I got up on the roof to clear out the gutters because there were things growing out of them.
There was water cascading over the edge of the gutters during the rain, and that is never good because it slides down the side of your house.
Water's bad.
That is so bad. So yeah, Saturday morning was spent me holding the bottom of the ladder while you climbed up and
20,
cleaned out the
25
clutters.
feet
Yeah.
to get to the top of there, and then to find out
fun
that they're
stuff, right?
just
That's-
loaded with crap, and then that stuff that had been unattended to for so long
Yeah.
affected the fascia boards, for anyone that cares about that stuff.
Yeah, it's
So-
interesting embarking on all of this remodeling. I do love it, but there's a lot, like most things, that is very unsexy parts of owning a house. Like, it's really fun to design a room. It's really fun to pick out paint colors and plan your kitchen and all that stuff. But there's some real work involved, and we're feeling it now because this house is telling us who it is. And
Well, and
not all
I
of it.
love that. I love
not
how you
all of
say
it-
that.
Not all of it is good.
And what I'm finding interesting, so this is the gratitude statement number 2. This is my being grateful to you statement. I'll let you be grateful to me in a second.
Yeah.
You're getting to, and this is why we're doing the podcast. You don't know how I am when it comes to work. And so I tend to think out loud with all this stuff. And you even said to me the other day, you're getting used to how I process stuff, that
Yes.
we'll uncover something bad and I have a pretty guttural reaction right away. Like,
The sky is falling.
well, I don't know. I'm not quite that bad.
Well,
No.
sometimes.
I know I get frustrated of it, my instant reaction is, let me back it up. I think I'm always hopeful that I'm going to take apart something in the gutter and everything's fine, which is borderline naive for a house like this that hasn't been attended to in a long time.
Right.
I mean, this house has really not been attended to. That's the best way to say it.
No,
right?
it really hasn't.
And so it's, to your point, I love that you said it's telling us stuff.
Telling us who it is.
Yeah, because got up there and went, okay, it's just told us that it has no roof, right?
Yeah.
And we knew that might be something, and so that caused us to pivot. Where I'm saying thank you to you is that we talked about this specifically. You said you're getting to know that I'm going to think out loud and be reactionary,
Yeah.
but that's my way of processing the event. Because then I go right into work mode and solve mode. And so you said you were even taking a shower so we fixed the gutters, right? We do this remediation, if you will. We didn't fix it. We
just cleared it so the water drains.
We Band-Aided it so the water gets away from the house, right? And so then it starts to rain, and I was thrilled, right? I was thrilled that it was raining because now I could see if it works. And front of the house is working marvelously, but the back of the house has a bad pitch to it that goes back into the house, and blah, blah, blah. It wasn't working as easily, so pouring rain outside. Fortunately, it was warm enough, right? It was 60s. So I just remember you complimenting me, or being aware of, I'm actually complimenting you, but you were aware of how I process stuff.
Yes.
And that's the whole point of this podcast and everything that we're doing, is so people see. You could have easily in that moment judged me. Right.
Well, I could have reacted and tried to, if I didn't agree with your assessment or your feelings or your thoughts about what was going on, I could have pushed up against it. But
Right.
I'm learning to just let you, go on the journey of thoughts and just.
Yeah, you knew I'd settle. You're seeing that I'll settle in and then solve it really well, right? But it's my initial frick, right?
Yes.
And then the frick becomes a son of a, and why? And great, now, right?
Yes.
It gets a little
Yeah.
demonstrative.
As you always said, even when we first met, you were acutely self-aware.
I'm acutely self-aware.
So it's
but I
really
also add
interesting
this,
how
right?
you can analyze yourself
Oh.
and almost say
But you're thinking.
Right. But you articulate it better about yourself.
Right. And I also
Than
tell
even
you,
I
I
would.
may know that I'm a pain. I just don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you for recognizing that, because that makes this easier, because the last thing I want in that moment is for someone to tell me to not have that reaction.
Right.
And maybe that's a lesson
Well,
for
I've
anyone
done
listening
that
to
occasionally
too.
too.
What do you mean? To me?
When I've said, don't have that reaction, I've done that occasionally.
To me? You mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what have I said?
Yeah, just give me a minute. Let me explain, or let
Yeah.
me, So
Yeah.
I miss a beat sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, I think you miss a beat a lot less than you may realize. You're amazing.
Well, thank you.
Aw.
Oh, thanks. And I gave you, so continuing on with the life stuff that's going on with us, part of what we're doing is I own 2 condos, one of which has to be cleared out and sold shortly, closing on that. And then the other one, trying to get that zhuzhed up for another renter and doing some fixes, and realizing after my renter being in there for a year and a half, there's a lot of deferred maintenance to, doors off hinges, and I won't go
the
on
list
and on.
kept growing.
But you have been, my point for bringing all that crap up is that when I'm very used to having to manage that stuff on my own, and if I ever had help, it was help in small ways, and not to take away from all the people that have helped me over the years. But you are different in that if I share with you my anxiety for my to-do list with these condos and what needs to get done, you don't even think twice. You're like, okay, well, let's go do it. I'm like, wait, what? We are going to do it? You're going to come with me? You're going to help me with that stuff? You're going to help me clear the bikes out of the storage unit and drag all that shit out of there and fix that hole and take that down and clear it out? I mean, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And I just...
Well, why don't you say what happened today? So we agreed... we agreed this morning to, or even in fact, it was last night, let's map out the week, because we're going to go visit Alex and Sam and Key, Alex's fiance, Sam. Yeah, fiance. We're going to visit them this week in Oregon. So we've got a very compressed 2 days before we head out on Wednesday.
We do.
So we're recording this on a Monday, so hope to publish it by tomorrow or Wednesday. Anyway, we've got a compressed schedule. So last night we talked, and you know me, I'm a planner. Like, we're spontaneous. I just want to know what we're doing, if that makes any sense at all, that dichotomy. So we planned to do some stuff this morning. Then I had to go to work, or went to work. You had some things to do for your regular life. And then we agreed to meet at the condo at 5:30, because we had to do some minor things to the one that you're selling, just some last second stuff. And you walked in as I was doing some work in the bathroom. You walked in, and why don't you tell the peoples? So that's where this is going. Sorry.
Yes. When I was driving over there, I knew that you were already there, just moments ahead of me or whatever. I was just really flooded with the feeling of gratitude that you are the type of partner who wants to just be there for me and to help me, and that this is us now, that even me selling my condo is us. And that's a new thing for me. That's really amazing. And I came in and I just said, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you gushed.
Yeah.
Welled up a little bit.
Yeah.
It was very cute.
Aww.
Then I asked you if I could finish going to the bathroom.
You did.
That's what was happening. Can I finish going to the bathroom though?
No, I'm talking.
I'm talking to you now.
Hold it. So
Yeah,
good.
and
Lots
so
of gratitude.
Yeah, so, and we're also very grateful. Tomorrow we're going to be talking with, I don't know if they're grad students or undergrads, but students from a program at Northwestern where they're going to be interviewing couples, and we'll be able to tell you more about that come next week's episode. I'd like to see how that goes.
Give a little bit more. Give the people's.
Well, I don't know if we're allowed to, so I want to make sure we. I know I want to make sure we can, though. And I don't know if we can.
Got it.
So,
okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm playing at her nails. I'm like peeling them back. It's so gross. I like it though. So, yeah. So if now that this is on Spotify and camera, I'm taking her nails and peeling them back.
Yeah,
it's not a sadistic thing.
feeling.
It's just a weird thing for me to do.
Can
Isn't
you
that
not
creepy?
do that?
It feels cool to me. So we were selected out of a bunch of applicants to be interviewed about relationships and our relationship specifically.
Right.
So we're meeting with them for 90 minutes tomorrow in Illinois.
Yes.
And
at Loyola.
Northwestern.
Oh, I'm sorry, Northwestern.
Yeah, Loyola is where I went to school.
That's right.
So anyway, the point is, in telling that, we're super busy because we fly out first thing Wednesday morning to Oregon. So we don't have a lot of time, and there's things that have to get done. And so we're taking on a lot. And I'm actually really excited about tomorrow to see what they're going to ask and talk about. Yet one more thing that we're doing. And it seems, I was just telling you, I was talking to a good friend of mine, Rich, today. And I even said this to my mom in front of you yesterday when she was asking, so what's it really like now to live with him?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's different when we were first dating, that I know we'd spend 4 days with you or 4 days with me.
Right.
Excuse me, burp. But we each had at least moments of, I'm going to be at my apartment for a little bit, and you're going to be at your condo for a little bit, right? And now we're together. My mom even said, what's it like to live with him? And I said to you, I think we've gotten closer since we've been living together. In the middle of all this chaos, because it really, and I don't use that word, I don't like saying those kinds of things. Chaos is what's going on in Europe, right?
Right.
This is not chaos. This is just busy.
No, busy life.
This is just things happening, right?
Yeah, this ain't nothing compared to
what's
going on in the world.
Everyone's got their relative thing. I just don't, chaos just seems like such a strong word for me. And it's the first time I've used it. It was, we got a lot of shit going on, and I was starting to say this. I was talking with my friend Rich, and I said, things are amazing between you and me. Even though they're not smooth, right? Would you agree to that?
I would. I think we're navigating a lot. And even, and during all of this, we're still even getting to know each other. So it's not just the newness of the relationship and a new couple addressing some of the issues that come up, but it's the busy life stuff. So even if we had been together for 10 years, the busyness of all the life stuff going on would still be a lot.
Yep.
And so we have weaved into that this
newness.
It's newness. Yeah. So it's like,
I think we're doing okay.
I think we are too.
Right?
Yeah.
We definitely have moments. And I think we each quickly go, I don't like it, and we talk about it, and we apologize, we own stuff, and it doesn't. Well, we talked about this the other day. Doesn't linger, doesn't stick around too long.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us want it to linger, and the idea that when we do have the disagreements, and I think we've said this before on one of the previous podcasts, maybe that. We've certainly talked about it. So if we do have disagreements, not feeling like you have to solve that disagreement before going to bed.
Yep.
Like, and you said, that phrase of never go to bed angry. Well, that's all right. Because sometimes just sleeping on it and waking up the next day with a new perspective
That's right.
can really help the situation. So it's, you don't want to ignore it ever. You definitely want to feel like there's some resolve or some agreement to disagree or something, or just an understanding of each other. So we're navigating all of that. We're doing pretty well. So, but it's not without effort. It's not without.
Oh, it has to be. That's my biggest
effort.
pet peeve when I hear. You always say it, and I don't mean that you say it this way. You always say it's very easy between us. That gives the perception that we don't put energy toward this. That's not true.
No, I agree.
It's easy because we both listen really well. We pay attention. We hear each other. It doesn't mean we always get our ways either independently or together. To say that it doesn't require any effort or energy or work, whatever word you want to use, is just shit to me.
Right.
Because it requires effort and thoughtfulness and having to take a step away from your own issues and say to the other person, hey, my bad, or I got you, or whatever it is. And that's why I like that we're talking about gratitude, because I'm very grateful for how we are growing.
Yeah.
We had water coming down from that wall after taking a shower, right? One simple shower. Next thing you know, there's water coming down in the living room. Oh. And so you can look at that, and I know I looked at it as like, what in the frick? But I'm grateful for the fact that we're here together to figure this out, and you're allowing me to have those moments. I'm very grateful for that, and I know you're grateful for how I show up for you. So, all right, let's. Is that anything else you want to dive into?
No, that's good.
All right, let's dive into paired.
All right, paired.
I'm really curious. So before we came online, can you set the table here? Because you said something to me. Holy shit. Okay, so
I know.
So tell the peoples.
All right, so the Paired app, if you don't know it, check it out. It's for
We love Paired.
partners to share, couples to share, and just learn about each other. And one of the games that came up today, or you did it a while ago,
Yeah.
I just caught up today, so I answered the 5 questions. It's called Bedtime Rituals, and usually
You kick my ass.
I do win these games.
Yeah, so to recap, there's questions that you answer about yourself and then questions you answer about your partner.
Yeah.
And then they do the same and you can see who got what number correct. And there's usually 5.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
And how many did you get correct this time?
this one is called 0. I got 0 correct. And you got 1 correct.
I kicked your ass.
Okay, I'm going to give you that just because you're
How did we only... All right, so
otherwise.
what's the topic again? What does it say?
Bedtime rituals.
Okay.
Okay, so first question was yawn, it's bedtime. What's your partner most likely to be doing? And I answered the same for both of us. I said watching one last episode because sometimes, you use TV or whatever, your device, you're watching something and you're getting tired, but you go like one more. So we are...
So you didn't like my answer of doing bedtime angels?
Bed angels under the sheets. You answered that I would be doing bed angels under the sheets.
No, I answered that.
Oh, that you would be doing
Yeah.
that. Oh, okay. Well, that's true. Or else putting something under
No,
my sheets.
you said that I would be watching one last episode.
I did.
Yeah, and I said I would be doing bed angels under the sheets, which means I'm happy to be in bed.
Oh,
that's how I viewed it.
what you said about yourself.
And I knew you'd be watching one last episode, which was spot on. Because you're the one that usually has a laptop on her belly while we're watching TV.
Yeah, you fall asleep so fast, you're
Yeah.
not really watching an episode, even if we turn it on. What word would your partner use to describe their bedtime routine? And I answered about you that
Mine was quiet.
yours was quiet.
And I said regimented.
Yeah. And then you answered about me that my bedtime routine is hectic. And I said regiment. What about my bedtime routine is hectic?
Well,
I have to brush my teeth, wash my face,
Well, I
put
don't
on
mean
my
that. I mean, what I see-
hydroloric acid, and then I put on my vitamin C, and then I put on my retinol night cream, and occasionally I floss.
do you want to be right or do you want my answer? What do you want?
I'm just saying that's regimented.
Well, I'm not saying
so.
so. See, I guess I took it so literally. When it said bedtime routine, for me it was like getting in the bed, and that's maybe why this is all confusing.
Oh,
Because you and I are very regimented, right? But when we get into that bed, I tend to out.
Oh yeah, you roll on your side and you're out.
And you tend to be a little bit
I'm
more
adjusting
antsy.
my pillows.
Right, that's why I said
might
hectic.
start on my side, and then I end up on my back, and then the
Right.
sheets have to be just so. And then if I'm hot, my feet have to come out.
And then you're also
And then-
living with someone who, for some reason, there's always surprises in your bed.
yes,
Not the kind that people are thinking right now. Like, what was the surprise last night?
you put your White Sox flag that just came in the mail into my side of the
And
bed.
what was
in
it the
sheets.
night before that?
It was
Cat 5 cable for the internet.
It's just what you find laying around. You just put an object.
So that's
in
why I
my
said
bed.
hectic, because I viewed the question as like truly getting into bed. So let's do
Okay.
number 3.
No, I think bedtime routine is really
like the whole
what
prep
you do
going,
to
like
get
walking
ready
up
for
the
bed.
stairs.
Yeah,
Got it. Well, I mean, like you walk upstairs to go to the bedroom, and that's starting the routine.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that.
All right. Question 3: which bedtime ritual would your partner most like to master? And I said, for both of us, actually, putting my phone away before bed. Like, I know that's not good for you to stare at the lights and what
Right.
that
And
does.
I said about me, I want to go to bed at a regular time.
Mm-hmm. You answered that for both of us, going to bed at a regular time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason I did, I'm not on my phone as much as you are, so I can put it down pretty quickly, right? Like I can start to. I think problem is I get in the bed and I'm tired right away.
Yes, you go to sleep a lot faster. The difference is you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm more of a somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And by then you have spent the morning on your phone doing Wordle and Quirtle and Octordle. And what other Erdle did you just discover that your son sent you?
Sam sent me Hurdle.
Oh, goodness.
And then I'm also reading.
Yes.
I use that. That's the time I read the paper, well, the online paper.
Yeah.
So that's why, for me, going to bed at a regular time, because if I'm up at 11, then I don't, or if we're up until 11 or midnight, then I'm awake at 7 or 6:30, and I don't like losing that hour. So that was for me. Okay, so 4.
Okay, so 4.
This is fascinating to me how wrong we got it for one another.
I know. Well, okay. Number 4, what's one bedtime accessory your partner couldn't live without? And
we answered the exact opposite for one another. I thought you wanted to have really nice linens.
Would you believe me? Yes, you would.
And you said the same thing about me.
I first answered nice linens because I thought bed buddy and I read pet. I didn't say partner or pet, but I would definitely take you over nice linens every day. But nice linens was my first answer. And then I went back and changed it. So it's kind of right.
Well, it's funny that we thought the same way. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So number 5, which calming bedtime activity would sound best to your partner? And I said reading for myself, because if I read, I fall asleep pretty fast.
And I said reading for myself also.
I know.
And I guess
then for each other.
You thought I would want kissing before we go to bed. That's not, if we start kissing, you know what happens.
Well, I just thought, okay, cue the 70s porn music right now.
No, but you can't start kissing me before we go to bed. It's game over, changes everything.
Just like kisses.
There's no such thing for me as goodnight kisses when I'm lying next to you. That's crazy.
Sorry, Carol, plug your ears.
No, she can
All
handle it.
Jack's answer about you, a bath, which is not entirely untrue. But
you
sometimes when I'm really tired, even a bath sounds like too much work.
But I get it.
You know.
That was great that we got
so
it
that
wrong.
was it. Yeah, that was a bust, but it was very interesting to and that's kind of the point of the paired thing, is like it prompts the discussion. Like even if you get the questions wrong, it's not throw your hands in the air like, oh my God, I don't even know you. I don't know you anymore. It's
who are you?
Exactly. It is about just getting to know each other better.
That's why we love the Parrot app. And Parrot, if you are listening, I did send you an email with some ideas. Let us know if we can do some partnership type programs.
They might want us to have more than 44 followers.
This is our 11th episode.
11th. Damn.
We'll get up there. There's going to be 14,000 before this is over. Okay, so let's recap, even though we're over a little bit.
Recap?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going
Gratitude
to recap, huh?
is huge.
Gratitude.
So be sure to say thank you and pay attention to the things that your partner does.
Big time.
Because that made my day when I was going to the bathroom and you had to interrupt that to tell me how happy you were for me being in your life. Mm-hmm. Awkward.
No,
however, I loved it. It wasn't awkward. It was great.
It wasn't.
Big interview with the Northwestern kids tomorrow, which is exciting.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
So interesting.
Field trip.
The next podcast we will broadcast from, we should do a live podcast. How cool would that be? A live podcast. We're going to be in Oregon next week, Sunday. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll do a live podcast for there. We'll have to see. We'll promote it on Insta.
Yes.
If we do that.
All right.
Okay, but that's it, right?
Sounds
Anything
like
else you want to add, Lava?
What's our sign off?
You read it first sentence.
And remember,
always show up
and be present for one another.
Peace. Peace.